Now, join us after the break as we discuss this year's Peak Performance Africa Festival and how it aims to propel women to leadership positions. Stay with us. All right, thank you for staying with us. The position of leadership requires continuous access to ideas and opportunities for growth. This is why the Peak Performer Africa Festival, a major corporate event scheduled to take place from October the 2nd to October the 4th, is focused on empowering women across Nigeria with the skills to excel in their respective fields. Dr. Abiola Chamsalami, the convener and performance strategist, joins us in the studio to discuss this upcoming event. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you join us.
It's great to be here too.
Great, great. Now let's talk about the Peak Performer Festival.
Yes.
I mean, why did you decide on this festival, and why do you think that it was necessary, especially for women, to be a part of this festival?
Great question. The Peak Performer Festival is created by our platform, the Peak Performer Africa. The platform is about 3 years old, and on that platform, we provide insights to leaders for them to scale their performance. So when you've delivered the level of excellence, you don't plateau on that. We look at how do we scale you up. So right. On that program, on that platform, we'll provide insights. And another key thing we do is also to spotlight credible leaders on that platform. Now we've created the festival as an offshoot of that platform to further extend the work that we do, to deepen it, and to make it as inclusive as possible. So what we are doing with the Peak Performer Festival 2024 is the theme is driving an inclusive culture of peak performance, leveraging the magic of emotional intelligence. So it's inclusive. It has all the demographics in the workplace. So we have something catering for emerging leaders. Emerging leaders are young people, upwardly mobile young people in the workplace, both as career professionals and as young entrepreneurs, and of course as well, women in leadership. It's a platform that we're using to reskill and skill women, discussing the magic of emotional intelligence, which is one of our core competencies in our organization, CHAMP. Right. Because as the woman continues to grow in her career, it is important for her to reskill. It is important for her to be exposed to opportunities. And this is what we're using this platform for every woman in this country.
I'm still thinking, sorry, Ibrahim, in my head, why the woman alone, because the focus here is on the woman. Is it because our society is patriarchal and it's important for her to understand how to relate with the other gender, or perhaps to know how to shatter the ceilings and not have any form of limitation? Okay,
so the focus is, so we have 4 sub-events in this festival, right? So it is not only the woman, but we curated something special for women in this festival.
Great.
Day 1 is for young people, emerging leaders, who have their own peculiar challenges regarding exclusion as well. Day 2 is now for women who have their peculiar challenges about exclusion in the marketplace, about how opportunities are skewed, that the woman is skewed out of the game, about how she can now equip herself, gain the necessary skills, such that the conversation about inclusion, about giving women a chance, in quote, is not tokenism, but we have more competent women that can deliver excellence in the work that they do.
Right, right.
I'm wondering why she had to specifically, emphasize on women. I think you should just be happy that, women is the focus here. One of the
I don't see anything.
Well, Dr. Salami, TPP festival, celebrates a wide range of leaders, including women, from emerging entrepreneurs to seasoned executives and all of that. What inspired this creation, and what exactly do you hope that participants will take out of it?
Great question. If we want to drive excellence on this continent, two things we must pay attention to. First is we must continue to equip leaders to drive excellence. And when I use the word leaders, I use it loosely to encompass a number of demographics. To mean, one, emerging leaders, young people, those who are just getting into the workplace, those who have been in the workplace for a while. Yes, they are there because a number of them, they want to make some money so that they can pay bills. It's important to engage them, to make them see a bigger vision, of themselves, of how important they are to driving the growth of their locality, and how that constitutes to driving the growth of the continent, right? And also that we equip women as well to continue to drive excellence. As well, we don't abandon senior leaders. You see, somebody said that it is what you learn after you think you know that counts. And there is a possibility that because this woman or this gentleman is now on the top of the organization, there is the assumption that he or she knows it all, right? So we've created this platform to help leaders, young leaders, women, seasoned leaders to learn, to relearn, to unlearn, so that we can drive excellence on this continent.
Interesting. And it is good to see that women in business leadership are a major pillar in this festival, the TPP Festival. But how does this festival specifically support and empower women in these spaces? And what impact do you think this will have for future female leaders?
Excellent. The focus of our conversation is on the magic of emotional intelligence. In emotional intelligence, there are 12 skills. 12 skills. There is self-awareness, there is collaboration, there's organizational awareness, there is empathy, there is seeking to understand the market, seeking to understand other people so that you can work with them and build win-win relationships with them. So women will be acquainted with 12 skills in this program. 12 skills that will scale their leadership, 12 skills that will help them manage conflict effectively, 12 skills that will help them to grow their revenue, 12 skills that will help them to develop their team members to drive excellence. So 12 skills that will help them to be more effective and help their team members to be more effective. Right. And the result of all of this is that we see more young people moving ahead to take responsibilities and delivering excellence. The result of this is that we'll see more women moving ahead to deliver excellence. The result of this is some of the issues people have in the workplace, about bullying, about conflict, about things that are not effective, not serving customers well. All of those issues are significantly reduced by the lessons, the insights, the skills that this platform will be providing for the participants.
For future female leaders, that's the lesson.
Current female leaders, future female leaders as well.
Okay. Interesting stuff. Well, the TPP Fest, according to also highlights legacy founders who have made lasting contributions to the industry. So one will now be wondering how important you think it is to bridge the gap between these legacy figures and emerging leaders, who will definitely, shape the future.
Yes, great question. Now, let me share this about the festival. We have 4 events in the festival. The first one is the Emerging Leaders Summit that caters to young people. The second one is the Women in Leadership Summit that caters to women who have leadership roles anywhere, whether she's a supervisor or she's at the top of the organization. The third one is for C-suite executives generally, which is where we'll be hosting my Harvard professor, Professor Dana Bourne. The fourth is the award celebrating corporate organizations and legends. You see, one of the things we keep missing out is that we don't learn from our history. Somebody said what we've learned from history is we've learned nothing from history. Now, these legends are custodians of history, not just because they have the knowledge, but because they've done remarkable work in the corporate space over, I'm talking about 3 decades, 4 decades, 5 decades. Right. And because they are not actively in the forefront, you don't see them on the media, you don't see them anywhere popular, because they are not in the forefront, there is the possibility that the young will forget the contributions of this legends. So we're bridging the gap between the young and the old. We're bringing the lessons, the wisdom of the old, how they built their businesses, how they grew in their careers. Because you see, principles don't change. Practices may change. There could be technological innovation. It is a practice. But there's diligence. It is principle. There's humility. It is principle. There's integrity. It is principle. Some of these principles are lacking today. So how do we connect those who have built solid businesses on these principles to younger people, who are thriving, who are aspiring for greatness? And we bridge that gap to make sure that we build an effective society.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, entrepreneurship is a major focus of this festival. So what trends or innovation are you most excited to see discussed?
So it's about seeing entrepreneurs understanding that you want to make money. That's why you're running a business. But for you to effectively manage that business, it begins with managing yourself effectively first. And so entrepreneurs will be getting insights on self-leadership, self-discipline. I mean, anybody can make money. The way somebody said that any fool can make money. But to manage it, it is where wisdom comes. To manage the resources, to manage the people that you're working with, to know how to manage information. Even when you're now successful, to know how to manage your ego, right? It's some of the big things that we'll be sharing. You see, what we're sharing at this session is not the conventional thing you hear out there. They are the principles that makes people, that makes entrepreneurs to stand the test of time.
Interesting stuff. Particularly, I would like to ask about the managing ego when you make money, because I'm looking to make billions of naira. But we'll talk about that in the course of this conversation. But the C-suite executives is something that is believed to drive businesses forward. And I'm looking at, because this is not the first time you'll be having this, I'm looking at how that is going to cater. The TPP Fest will cater to the unique challenges they face, and what strategies and insights you think this will definitely bring, come for this year's discussion.
Yeah, great question. The C-suite executives are the leadership team of any organization. In the middle of the economy that we have, that somebody said the economy is not economying, right? In the midst of all the things we have, they are faced with a lot of challenges of dealing with budgets, of dealing with staff attrition, of dealing with exchange rate, of dealing with a lot of issues that may cripple their businesses. And so what we are doing at their own special session is to share insights with them on how they can manage these issues so that they still build a sustainable business, how they can manage the people challenges that they have. Japa is a very serious syndrome. Today you have 10 team members, tomorrow you wake up and then you have less than that. And even the 10 team members you had before, they were not enough to drive the goal of the organization. So how do you deal with those challenges? Those are that's the conversation we'll be having with senior leaders, so that they can drive transformational leadership in achieving the goals of the organization. Now, it doesn't matter whether the organization is in the private sector or in the public sector, we have all of them covered.
Interesting. I like the fact that you mentioned the aspect of economy, not economying, and a lot of people are looking for opportunities. So the next question will be how this festival will particularly create an inclusive opportunity for the various key groups that will be attended to in the course of the festival, especially shaping the future of leadership and innovation.
Great question. Because we're bringing a number of people together, it's a strong networking platform, as well.
Right.
There are people that will find their new jobs in that place. There are people that will find their first job, maybe, in that place. There are people that will meet with funders, people to fund your business, in that place. There are people that will meet people that they will start ideas together, they will start an enterprise together, collaboration opportunities in that place. So we've created this as a platform that will help to drive growth in people's careers and in their businesses as well. So there are opportunities to meet with people, that will introduce you to the next phase of your life, that will introduce you to job opportunities, that will introduce you to funders. So it's big deal, as in big deal for anyone in the marketplace that is looking at growing fast.
Networking is an in thing, because it's one thing for you to attend, an event or a festival or a program. It's another thing for you to be able to, network, beyond. And I think I love that aspect of it. But another thing is, our viewers might be wondering, okay, I'm not seeing this for the first time. Last year it was there. We often see you on television, as I joked, when you came on set. But the question is, how do you now get sponsorship for this kind of program? Because it's quite huge.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Let me begin by thanking those who have sponsored us over a period of time. By the way, TVC is a partner with us, has been partner. We continue to be partners. So thank you, TVC.
That's refreshing.
Yes, thank you, TVC. It's true. It's a huge project, and we're grateful for some of the brands that are working with us on this. Special shout outs to First Bank, special shout out to Lotus Bank, to LIRS, to Digital Encode, and a number of organizations. But we're seeking more collaboration, right? Because it is a huge project. And yes, in the beginning of our work, it is said that a virgin idea is always unpopular. In the beginning of our work, we didn't get as much collaboration, but it's growing. Because more organizations are seeing the impact of the work that we're doing. They are seeing how it is transforming their staff a bit. TVC, we've served TVC, over time. So they are seeing how it's transforming their staff to becoming more responsible, to becoming more agile and more effective in delivering excellence. And because of that, they want this to spread across the country, across the continent. So we continue to seek collaboration with organizations that mean well for this country, for this continent, organizations that want to equip their staff to deliver excellence, organizations that want to foster staff retention, that wants to increase their revenue, that wants to drive operational efficiency for their businesses. We're seeking collaboration with them to deliver excellence, to drive their staff, to build a culture of peak performance. So we're open to this.
Absolutely. At a time like this, peak performance, productivity, everything is what organizations are looking for. So what are the expected highlights of the event?
Oh, great. One of the things we'll be doing at this event is recognizing some 100 young people under 40. 100? Yes, young people under 40. Putting the spotlight, on them.
Just a random people under 40?
Okay, great question. There are no random people under 40. So part of our process is we start by calling for nominations. And then people all around, you go to the website, cppafrica.com. They nominate people. We have a jury that sits down to look at the entries and finally come up with the final list of people. So remember, it is an inclusive platform. So we have young people that we're spotlighting who are driving excellence in their own rights across public sector, private sector organizations, across the continent, not just Nigeria. We also have what we call the Admirable Women in Leadership as well that we are spotlighting. 2 women in TVC are on that list. Oh. Yes, 2 women in TVC are on that list. Watch out, I don't want to reveal yet. I don't want to reveal, but 2 women.
They know themselves.
2 women in TVC are on that list. Another spotlight is for C-suite executives, as well. It will be a platform, it will be a program of absolute fun. So it's not only talk. There's music, there's music. There's food. There's food.
Item 7.
Yes,
just give them euphemism.
You can't have this kind of festival and not have item 7. There'll be problem.
When I say food, I mean
good food.
Good food. You know how we do if we drive excellence. Right. There's music, there's food, there's comedy. A lot of fun. As well, because we believe that the way to learn is not just about stuffing people, with the hard things. Because there are some people why they even get the big thing that they are looking for is while having a meal, somebody while taking a drink, somebody while dancing, So that's why it's a festival. It is absolute fun. You guys can't afford to miss it.
Absolutely.
Well, anyway, let me not say too much. After the show, we'll have fun. But give us, I know this is not the first time you're having this festival, so perhaps give us success stories, how this festival has impacted those who have participated over the years. Because some persons might say that, okay, let's even hear about those who have participated over the years, success stories, what happened, and what has also informed you to sustain this festival despite the challenges around. Yeah.
Okay, success stories. Now, I remember there is a gentleman who is in the marketing communications industry who had attended the last event. And 3 months later, I got a call from him saying that coming for that event, in addition to the insights shared on the platform, he met someone who gave him a business of 8 figures. 8 figures within 3 months.
Amazing.
Right, 8 figures. Somebody asked me, did I collect the tithe from that 8 figures? You know, okay, Victoria, well, Veronica, sorry. You know,
You have not responded.
Well, you know, so we have success stories, you know, like that. And we have people that go back to the organization, and the team members just discovered how transformed this leader is. So this leader has been a bully, you know, before, but now this leader is more collaborative. You know, because the thing is, many times, the reason people are the way they are is because they don't know better. When we are exposed to better information, especially when that information is communicated to us in a way that really pierces our heart, that really gets to us, that really shows that whoever is communicating with us understands where we are and can take us from where we are to a higher place, we're open to it, we embrace the knowledge, and we are transformed. So we have team members, you know, giving feedback about their leader, who has been at this program, saying that this leadership style has changed. What happened? Where did you go? Right. So we see opportunities. People are gaining more opportunities to make more money. People are finding jobs from the platform. People's leadership skills are being refined and transformed, and that is increasing the revenue for the organization. That is improving operational efficiency for the organization. That is retaining stakeholders, retaining staff. The reason some people leave organizations, it is not because they are not earning good income from the organizations. In fact, it is said that people don't leave organizations, that people leave their leaders. And the reason most people leave their leaders is because the person in that leadership position doesn't have the skill to retain them, to drive them, to help them to grow. And this is part of what people gain when they come to the Peak Performer Festival and everything that we do in the CHAMP organization.
This really makes a whole lot of sense. But what exactly is it holding? Okay,
so it's 3 days. It's festival. It's holding in 3 places. You know, 2nd of October. That is the day for emerging leaders for Gen Zs like me. You know, for
really?
Yes, Gen Zs. You know, that's the day for the young people. Right. That's happening at Alliance Francais in Ikoyi. Day 2 is for women. It's holding at the Shell Hall, the big hall. That's where we're bringing all women, you know, to a time of fun, inspiration, enjoyment, celebration at the Muson Center. For the C-suite executives, we're going to 4 Points, you know, putting them there, having the Harvard professor, you know, around to share insights as well with them. And finally, the awards recognizing corporate organizations and legends is at the Shell Hall of Muson Center on day 3 on Friday, 4th of October. Now, I know somebody is watching now, okay, you've told us about this. How do we register? How do we get to know about this? So it's easy. It is just send us an email at team is T-E-A-M, team@tppafrica.com. team@tppafrica.com. Or you can call us now or send us a message on 090-912345667. Easy. 090-912345667. And we'll tell you details on how to get your ticket, how to be a part of it. If you want to grow in this country, you can't afford to miss this opportunity we have carefully curated for young people, for women, and for senior leaders.
Quickly, now, what's the future of TPP Fest?
The future is great. The future is wonderful. The future is robust. We're building this not just as an event to drive transformation in Lagos or Nigeria. It is African-wide, which is why our name is TPP Africa. It is African-wide. So, by the way, this event, we have people coming in from Kenya, we have people coming in from South Africa, we have delegates coming in from across Africa. And the future is we're seeing how we are moving from Lagos to other parts of the continent, which we are doing with other things we do on the platform.
All right. And on that note, we will say congratulations and wishing you all the best ahead of this event happening October the 2nd to October the 4th. Dr. Abiola Chamsalami, convener and world-class performance strategist, thank you for your time on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Right.